I know there is a lot of crazy anime for this season. There's so much good stuff, back to back for almost every single day of the week for Fall of Anime 2020. And I know many are probably packed with so much anime to watch. They probably have easily 5+ series to watch on a weekly basis now. And I know that it might be hard to fit in another series, but I'm going to really beg you right now, please give Akudama Drive's first episode a watch. It is honestly breathtaking how brilliant the first episode was. And I use breathtaking in a way to reference Cyberpunk, the meme breathtaking. And the reason why is because while watching this, I was reminded of the Cyberpunk game that's going to be coming out very soon. In terms of the dystopian elements to the visuals, just how the world is in general, just everything about this story just screams Cyberpunk, and not in a bad way at all. It literally is so good. It's such an interesting theme. Visually as well, it's impressive. That is one of the big reasons why I even decided to start Akudama Drive, because of the character designs / visuals, which that's the first thing I want to get into. If you're someone that is unaware of it, apparently the character designs in this story is written by the Danganronpa author. Yeah, if you know Danganronpa, the creator of such a wacky, crazy game that has a really insane art style, they have created this series. Akudama Drive is an anime original, so it's not based on a manga. It's not based on a game. It's not based on a, light novel or anything. This is an original story. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but the creator of Danganronpa has wrote this story. So, the crazy thing about this is that now you can probably understand why visually it reminds you so much of Danganronpa. It's so colorful because of that. In terms of the author of Danganronpa, every time I've ever seen any of his works, the art and the color scheme is just so different from anything you would normally see, which is why I think many are drawn towards Danganronpa, not just because of the good storytelling and characters, but the art. The art has always stood out to me. And seeing how this series visually is reminiscent to that, but with like a cyberpunk flair to it, I'm like, yo, this is potentially one of the best, series that isn't a continuation of this anime season. I honestly think this is the strongest first episode of this anime season that isn't a continuation. I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen obviously is very impressive, don't get me wrong, but this, I really, really like this first episode. It has a really nice theme to it, good characters, it has good, voice acting, just everything about it really blew me away, because I think anyone that started this series didn't really know what they were getting into. Most likely, they watch it because the visuals look good, but they didn't really know if it's going to be good or not, and they're like, holy crap, this is good. But it's like the difference with Jujutsu Kaisen. Going into that, everybody kind of knew it was going to be good. And that's why I think I really enjoyed this first episode, because I had no idea if this was going to be good or not. But obviously, it is. So what is Akudama Drive about, if this is your first time hearing about it, and if you haven't actually watched the first episode? So, for the most part, to kind of explain this in the best way, it is, as I've already said, cyberpunk. It takes place in a dystopian future where technology is advanced. You have robots that are kind of like more of the police force. There is police officers, obviously, but there is robots that also take the job of police force as well. And then you also have to where there's futuristic cars, buildings, currency, the way currency is handled, and even law enforcement in general is handled in such a different way. Example for this, you have it to where there is people that is listed as Akudama, which isn't fully explained yet with the first episode, but they're criminals that have to serve prison life sentences for very long periods of time. For instance, maybe up to 999 years. Very long time. And we don't really know if these individuals could actually experience prison for that long. If there is a way maybe they can extend their life to last long, who really knows? The point is that there is people called Akudama that are kind of like criminals in society, and they're tasked with a job to save this dude called Cutthroat. That is the main plot of the first episode. Cutthroat is about to have a public execution, and you have some mysterious person behind the scenes that is hiring these individual Akudama to go save this individual, get him out of prison and the public execution. Now, besides all of that, we have our main female character that actually is not even a part of this. She is someone that isn't a criminal, isn't an Akudama, but she kind of gets mixed up amongst all these criminals, and now she's in a situation where she's in so deep, she can't really back out of it. And so, it's very apparent that before the series ends, she's probably going to become just like them, something like an Akudama, and probably maybe even one of the greatest Akudama before the series actually comes to its close. But it's a very fascinating story. It's definitely something I have seen done before in terms of the way the presentation is, but the way it's presented, though, in such a way with the cyberpunk theme, etc., it's engaging. And I think if you're someone that likes, like, criminal series, futuristic shows, this is definitely something for you. It reminded me a lot of Psychopaths, too. At least first season, not the second season, etc. Don't worry, I'm not mentioning that abomination. I'm talking about season 1. It reminds me a lot of Psychopaths as well. And in terms of just the setting, the dystopian future, and just kind of like how the characters we're following is kind of the opposite side of the law. Instead of following, let's say, the law enforcement of Psychopaths, we're following the criminals. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in something very unique, something different visually for this anime season, really give this a watch. Like, give Akudama Drive a watch. Its first episode is visually impressive. I really cannot express that enough. That's just how good it is. It's such a good-looking series. I'm very impressed as well. This is by Studio Clown. Yeah, I mean, I know you can't judge a studio for every individual work. I mean, it just depends on the staff working on it. But it's very clear that the staff that is working on this really does love, like, the offer of Danganronpa to put in all this passion and effort into this story, because I can definitely see it. I can feel the passion that is put into this first episode. So if you're wanting something unique, like I said, give this a shot. I am looking forward to this series' second episode. I think it's definitely going to be something good. I really like the characters. I really love the main female character, of how she got in too deep and now she's kind of like stuck being kind of like a swindler, acting like she's a swindler. I'm curious to see how far she's going to fall. She might kind of turn into like the main male character of Black Lagoon. If you ever actually watch Black Lagoon, you know what I'm talking about, where the main male character was kind of like an honest stand-up guy, and then he kind of slowly gets corrupted and turned into like a bad guy towards the end of the story. That's what I'm reminded of when I watch this. That's probably what's going to happen to her. And that's a good thing too, actually. In terms of storytelling, this is very similar to Black Lagoon. That is a really good way to kind of assess this series and give a good summary. If you like Black Lagoon and Cyberpunk, you're going to like this. There you go. But I'm going to leave it at that, though. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this first episode. Do you think that this is going to be one of the standouts for this anime season? Or do you think that the episode was just a one-time thing and, you know, it's going to slowly degrade into a crappy story? Be honest, how do you feel about it? But honestly, I'm expecting good things. The author of Danganronpa is really good at writing, has made really great stories over the years, so I really doubt that this is going to be bad, as long as if the anime staff wants to do as good work as they possibly can. If they want to put in all the effort and passion, I do think that we got a really good series that could potentially be even in the top 3 anime for Fall of Anime 2020. But I love you guys. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe. If you like this video, please leave a like. And with that, Chibi out.